friends, we're back with more yoga. Welcome back to your mat. If you have a mat, wonderful. If you have a rug that you feel okay putting your face on, getting up close and personal with, then that is excellent. Use your space how it is. Don't try and manipulate it or force it to become that perfect yoga space. I went through some growing pains where I realized that this space is how it is, and I'm gonna have to work around it. So it's a great lesson to learn. But also make your space something that you feel comfortable in. Allow it to be a place of quiet and peace, just where you can drop into your body and there's nothing else fighting for your attention. I've noticed a lot of things recently in my time here, just thinking and being in my own brain and reading lots of different things on the internet. And I've noticed that people have a really hard time with seeing things that they don't like about themselves, and the things that they don't like about, they might not like about, like, a particular system or a way of being. These patterns, these habits that we have in our lives and globally, we have sometimes a hard time taking a look at them honestly and realistically. So the best way is to start with our own bodies, something physical, just to take a look, like get the magnifying glass out and just take a quick scan. Nothing too intense, no scientific method going on here. So do not worry if you skipped that lesson in high school. Couple of tips before we begin. Go slower than you want to. Even if you know you have a flexible back, I really, really recommend and encourage you to go deeper with the exhale and inhale to pause. Just to check back in, just to see where you're at. There's never any sort of need for the ego to enter this point and say, no, you should go further. Breathe. Be easy on yourself as well. Don't let yourself bully your body into a place where you get hurt. Unnecessary. So I hope you enjoy this as much as I am. Use your belly to support your back. Engage your core. All right, let's get started. Let's bring ourselves onto our mat in a child's pose. So I'm going to give you a couple of options here. Knees can be towards each other and belly can rest on top of knees. Arms roll out in front of you. Give this a try. Option 2, you could bring your arms behind you, allowing your heels and your wrists to kind of make contact. This can be really good. Option 3, hands are out in front, knees come wide, big toes together. This is my personal favorite. Hips sink back, hands reach forward and melt. So pick your balasana, your child pose for today, and allow yourself to drop into your body. Before we really begin this practice, just take some nice, gentle breaths, checking in with ourselves. Noticing how it feels to be in our chest, in the chest area. Walking ourselves mentally into different parts of our body just to notice where maybe these tensions lie. And then taking a deep breath into that space, bringing awareness to that area, bringing some intelligence. Just allowing everything to sink in. A good way of thinking about the process that we are going through is imagining a system like a car. Something I will never claim to know anything about. Not never, but currently I know nothing about cars. But imagining that I did, it would be incredibly difficult to know why a car isn't starting or why there's a problem if you can't even see it. So imagining taking yourself onto your skateboard mentally, sliding yourself underneath the car, holding your flashlight at that underbelly of the car, and just shining it around. That's it. Just taking a look what's under there. Only then can we move forward into finding a solution. But that's okay, we don't need to have that solution yet. So here you are holding your flashlight or your torch for my European friends. Just looking. Allow your breath to push against your thighs. Fill yourself up with that sensation of breathing. At this point, we have curiosity. We also have love. Hold a little bit of love, a little bit of compassion for yourself here today. Meeting yourself as you are. And ever so slowly, walk your hands back to meet your thighs. Coming up to a seated position, you're going to tuck your toes under and just sit on your heels. You can have your hands forward just a little bit. We're going to begin with opening our feet. As it's the base of our body, it allows us to move easier into the rest of our body. So we're just trying it out for today. So going in with an open mind. If you would like more sensation, you can sit on your heels. Make sure that all 10 toes are on the ground. Enjoying a slightly intense stretch along our arches. Maybe your ankles are feeling it too. Breathing in all of that discomfort. Exhaling, letting it all flow out of you. Again, big inhale. Open mouth. Again, big inhale through the nose maybe. Open mouth, exhale. Alright, keep holding on. Recognizing that you will not break. You are strong. Alright. Rolling over, untucking those toes, maybe patting them down on the mat just a little bit. Coming into a tabletop. Elbows are moving towards straight, but they're not hyper extended. I have that problem, and maybe you do too. Anyway, fingers are spread wide, tummy's engaged. And we're just going to begin flowing back and forth from child's pose up through tabletop. And you can add some cat-cow movement in here. But you can really just take creative control over this. We're moving into the spine, moving into the hips, using our breath to begin becoming acquainted with ourselves today. Maybe sway hips side to side, giving yourself a pass to look kind of silly or to feel silly. Just taking in stock. All right, meeting back up in tabletop. We're moving through some core engaging exercises here. So ground down into your left palm, pushing into the ball mound of the index finger. That's the best spot, that's the hot spot. Ground down the right knee. Use padding if you need to. Be gentle to yourself. Exhale, engage the belly. Inhale, right arm goes forward and up. Left leg goes back and up. Pulling from either end. 3 breaths. Inhale for length. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, length. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale for length. Stay here if you like, or reach back, grab the ankle, begin kicking back. Only go as far as your body wants you to right now. We're at the very beginning. Still so much to do. And release. Inhale for length and exhale down. Shake it out. Maybe turn the left palm over, giving the wrist a nice stretch. Breathe into that space. And release. Other side. Exhale out all of your air. Pull the tummy. Inhale, left arm goes forward. Right leg goes back. 3 really good deep breaths here. Using that breath to fire you up. Find your gaze somewhere. Maybe a foot in front of your left hand. Your right hand. Inhale, find that length. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale for length. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, stay here if you'd like, or reach back, grab the ankle, and begin kicking back into that foot. Use your drishti, your gaze, to help you keep balanced. Release that foot if you have it. And exhale, release. This time, turn the right palm over, getting into that wrist a little bit. Maybe pulling your weight back. And release that. Okay, so from here, we're gonna go into a plank. So moving our hands forward just a little bit, tuck your toes under, and lift up the hips. So from here, This is feeling good for you. Then awesome. So, plank is hard. It's just supposed to be hard. So be kind to your wrists. Allow your core to really engage to keep you stable. Hips are in line with shoulders as much as they can. Although it's better if you're too high in the hips than too low. Keep breathing here. Ground down into your fingers. Almost like you have suction cups on the bottoms of your hands. Inhale, shift it forward. Exhale, shift it back. And bending into the knees, sending the hips up and back to downward facing dog. Good job. All right. Pedal it out here. Maybe if that feels good. Your hamstrings could be tight. Considering you may not have used them yet too much today. Spread the fingers wide. Spread the shoulder blades away from each other on the back. Head can dangle, relaxing that neck. Breathing. Okay. We're going to take a journey up to the top of our mat as slowly, as quickly as you would like. Exploring maybe a new way to get there. Into a forward fold at the top of your mat. Really bend into your knees here. I'm going to instruct you to have your knees bent enough so that your belly can really rest on it. It's such a beautiful thing to let this happen, to get away from our ego and our hamstrings. Hamstrings are going to come later. Give this one to your back. Really let your head dangle. Really let yourself be a rag doll. And just feel all of that tension rolling off your back. And we are, in a way, stretching our hamstrings because we are stretching our back, which is connected to our hamstrings. So we are stretching them just in a different, coming at it from a different angle. On your next inhale, fill up. Exhale, root down into your feet. And inhale, begin to roll up. And arriving in standing pose, Tadasana. Take one breath here. Roll the shoulders away from the ears. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, cactus arms opening the chest, squeezing the elbows back. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, ground the palms onto shins or ground. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lifting up. Reaching up. Exhale, cactus arms. Squeezing elbows back. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift all the way up. Last time. Exhale, cactusing the arms, really opening that chest. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, hands come together. Really allow yourself to feel that alignment. So maybe close your eyes for a moment. Just feel the weight in your feet. Feel how you are just in complete alignment with your physical being currently. And moving on, inhale, arms up. Really taking pleasure in this. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, plant the hands, step it back. Plank. One breath here. Collect your inner strength. Drop your knees if you need for this. Always do it. It's up to you. Yogi's choice. Inhale, shift your weight forward. Exhale, lowering so slowly down to the ground. We're going to do a couple of cobra sequences here. So starting just very easily. No weight in the hands almost. Feet can be hip widths or together. See what works for your lower back. Exhale out all of your air. Inhale, begin to peel your chest off the floor, opening your heart forward. 3 breaths here. And releasing. We're going to do something a little different here. So, arms come forward. You're going to slide. You're going to come onto your fingertips on your right hands. Right hand's extended forward. Left arm wraps underneath your armpit. So you're kind of like on your shoulder. Right hand comes and crosses over. So you have like your hands at a T. Shuffling them underneath your shoulders so that you can relax your head towards the ground. And experience this with an open mind. Relax your glutes. Getting into the back of the shoulders. Maybe the triceps. And release. Right arm comes out forward. Left arm comes out forward. Okay. This time coming onto your fingertips. Begin walking your hands back towards your chest. So you may come up a little higher this time than the last time. So find a spot that works for you. You can just pull your heart forward and you don't feel any pinching in your lower back. Relax your glutes. 3 breaths, engage your core. And release. This time, let's see, right arm wraps underneath first. Coming out. Left arm comes across. Shuffle your shoulders so the weight is over your arms. And relax your head down. So you might be feeling on the outsides of the biceps, or the triceps, the outside of the shoulder sockets. Just noticing where you feel it. Or maybe just noticing the uniqueness of it. And releasing, left arm comes out forward. Right arm comes out forward. Allowing yourself to be soft for a moment. And then next, we're sending the arms back. If it feels good, you can always do baby cobra again, which is totally okay. Palms are going to stay on the ground next to your hips. Exhale out all of your air. Inhale, shoulders lift. Palms stay on the ground. 3 breaths here. We're just strengthening the back here. Warming it up. 1 more breath. And release. Bring the palms next to the chest. Put yourself back into a child's pose. Giving yourself permission to be confused about what you just did, or happy, or proud. I recommend just being present with it. Allowing whatever it is to be. Taking a breath in child's pose, really to connect back to that safe place inside of you. Okay. When you are ready to move on, you can come up through tabletop, tuck your toes under, and send your hips up and back for downward facing dog. Don't worry too much about getting your heels to the ground. This will happen naturally over time. The more that you do this, the more that you build up these habits and patterns in your body, the more your body will be more willing to move further into them. So allow the goodness to reside within you as it is. Last breath in down dog. And this time begin walking your hands back towards your feet. We're hoping to change our perspective here. So you're in Uttanasana, forward fold. This time your hamstrings might be a little more willing to go a little bit further. So keeping your weight in the balls of your feet. You can use your hands to gently guide your torso forward. Belly can pull in towards so pulling your torso in using your belly. Both strengthens the belly and strengthens the stretch. Next, inhale, bending the knees, rising up, strong, lifting up your rocket ship. Exhale, hands come together. I hope you guys are enjoying some of this weirdness, because I certainly am. All right. So this one, bit of a standing camel, sort of. So we're just going to start by opening our side body. We're going to open in all the directions, hopefully, today. So opening our arms up, sending them up tall. Inhale, find that length. Exhale, hips go to right, torso goes left. Rainbow. Breathe into that right side body. Spiraling your chest open towards the sky. Inhale brings you up. Exhale over to the other side. Left. Hips go left. Shoulders go right. Opening up your left armpit towards the sky. Breathing deep here. Inhale brings you back up. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, roll your way back up. Just allowing yourself to listen to your back. A lot of the time we get caught up in this fear of going too far, of hurting ourselves. So that fear can really be eased if we just go slow. I usually try and go slow, even though I do have a very flexible back, due to many years of other activities. All right, moving on, going slowly. Your hands come back as if they're going to your back pockets. And you're going to squeeze your elbows towards each other, just like we did in cactus arms, opening our chest. Engage your belly. Pull your belly button back to your spine. Begin hinging back. Pushing your hips forward. Inhale to pause, opening the chest. Exhale to continue, allowing the gaze to move along the ceiling. Just going as far as feels good to you right now. Continue to push the hips forward. Maybe allow the gaze to drop fully back if that agrees with your neck. One breath here. Inhale slowly, coming back up. Okay, excellent work. Shake it off. Take a quick body scan, seeing how the back side of your body feels. And inhale, arms come up. Exhale, fold. Feel that lovely forward fold. Getting some flexion in the spine. So we're gonna go one step in a different direction here, flipping the hands underneath the soles of the feet. Bend your knees as much as you need to accomplish this. Toes are in the crease of the wrist. Elbows can bend to give yourself some more support in moving further in this. Gorilla pose. Feeling all of that goodness, that heart opening goodness. And then we turn back in, countering the poses. Balance. Release the hands from their position and walk yourself back into a plank. Stay here. That feels good. You could experiment maybe with picking one foot off the floor, setting it back down. Maybe inhale, other foot off the floor. Exhale, setting it down. Ground down with that left hand and turn over, opening up into a side plank. Just coming onto the knife edges of your feet here. Take one more breath. Inhale. Exhale, coming back down through plank, flipping the other side. Inhale, draw that arm up towards the sky. Always bringing your knee down if necessary, using as a kickstand. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands come down. Child's pose or down dog. Yogi's choice. Know what you need right here in this moment and make it happen. All right, next up we have wild thing. This is kind of like the culmination of this practice, showing our strength and our vulnerability, our capacity to push ourselves without going too far. So when you are ready, inhale, the left foot comes up to the sky. Exhale, open the hip. Inhale, straighten it. Bringing the hips back into square. Exhale, open the hip. Inhale, back into square. Exhale, open the hip. Bend into that knee. Allow the ball of the foot to come to the ground. Hips drop. Pushing your right foot towards straight. Pushing it away from you. Coming onto the blade edge of that foot. Just getting that strength from right there. Ground down through that left foot. Inhale, pushing the hips up to the sky. Left arm sweeps overhead. This glorious wild thing. only go as far as feels good, showing our vulnerability. We are strong. 3 excellent breaths here. Inhale, hips come up to the sky. Exhale, hips come down. Flipping yourself back over. Down dog or child's pose. If your wrist needs some extra love, give it a shake out. Do what you need for you. All right, flipping sides. I have to work with the things in my area, such as the couch. It's too big to move, so we're going to work around it. All right. When you're ready, inhale, right foot comes up to the sky, 3-legged dog. Exhale, opening that hip up. Inhale, back in alignment and square. Exhale, open it. Inhale, straighten, square. Exhale, opening. And right foot finds the ground. Hips come down. Pushing away through that left foot. Find your strength, engage your belly. Inhale, hips go up. Right arm sweeps across. Finding that full expression of this pose, of this practice. And inhale, hips go up. Exhale, coming back down. Gently coming into a seat on our shins. Excellent work here. I recommend just taking a moment, allowing your eyes to close. Just to feel that appreciation for our body and our mind, for the things that we have such an amazing ability to do. Taking a moment to recognize your own limitations and your own strengths and how they coexist together. All right. Moving forward, sending our feet out in front of us, coming into double leg forward fold, Padangustasana, I believe it's called, in Sanskrit. So really allowing your knees to be as bent as they need to. Inhaling to lengthen up, pulling your ribs up, forward, 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 over. Imagine they could go over your knees, grabbing onto whatever is accessible to you. Each inhale brings your spine long, and exhale to find you some more depth, mentally, physically. Maybe your legs are working towards straight here. It totally depends on the patterns that you've had in your life so far, and we can only work with what we have already. Allow your face to soften. And begin rolling your way up through center. Next, drawing the soles of the feet together. A little Supta Baddha Konasana, bound ankle pose. Sitting up straight. Exhaling, hinging forward. Coming to wherever you would like to be. Maybe bow your head if you want some more grounding, peaceful sensations, or maybe holding on to your feet in a way that allows you to just continue working with a straight spine. You're looking for more sensation. Maybe allowing your elbows to provide a little bit of pressure for your knees, or to gently push your knees towards the ground. Inhale, begin coming back up. Exhale, left leg goes long. Draw that right knee into the chest. Bring it over to the outside of your left thigh. Ground down through your right hip here. Bring your right fingertips behind you. Sit up tall. Left elbow can come to outside of right thigh. Begin twisting open towards the right. Allow this twist to come from your belly button. Using your core strength to facilitate. Looking to cultivate strength and flexibility. So we don't break and we don't just bend. We can support ourselves while we are bending so that we don't break. And release. Send right foot forward. Left knee comes in and to the other side of the thigh. Ground down through the left hip this time, left sits bones. Left hand comes behind the hip. Right arm can wrap over the right thigh. Just allowing this twist to happen naturally. Semi-naturally. Slowly release. Last but not least, our final rest. There is an infinite number of things you could do before that if you would like to release your back, or maybe to release your hips a little bit more. We have Happy Baby. It's a great option, which looks like this. Or you can send your legs up to the sky to reverse the flow of energy. You can have your legs long and maybe put some cushions underneath your knees. That can work wonders for allowing that lower back to kind of release. So we've done our opening, we've done our twisting. Now it is time for us to release all of that. Just release it. It's already been done. Allow yourself to really sink into the mat. Maybe have a smile on your face. Your eyes can be closed if you feel safe and comfortable. Your Shavasana. Well-deserved rest. Relax the muscles of your face if they are still engaged. Allow that breath to come naturally. Maybe focus the attention on the sensation of breath as it enters and as it leaves. Appreciating the many things that had to come before this. For you to be here right now, many miracles had to occur. I, for one, am so very grateful for your existence in this world, for the many things that you have done and will do in your lifetime to make the world a better place. All the world wants is you. The you that I have seen today is very worthy of being in this world. My hands come together as a sign of gratitude for that light that lives within you and also within me. Namaste.